All right, so Battleguard Sartura, his room is basically just a giant cavern. So you're gonna have essentially kind of a walkway here. You're gonna come out, or a tunnel you're gonna come out of, and his room's got these kind of cool, great shapes. And then off to this corner, there's another little. This is not the scale, nor is it perfect. Okay, so this is Battleguard Sartura's room, sort of, right? Now, over in this section of the room, there's a hallway that leads into the next area, and there's little bugs over here. Okay, these are going to be bugs. All right, these little things, they're bugs. They kind of look like COVID, but they're actually bugs. And these are not things that you want to have pulled during the fight. So it's important to stay away. We're gonna make this the no up. No, we should use red. We should definitely use red for this. We're gonna make this the no go zone. All right, the no go zone. You want to stay away from there because that's just not gonna help you during the fight. Oh my, I see what you're saying there, my friend. All right, Battleguard Sartura is basically, I like to refer to him as like the lawnmower man, the lawnmower boss, you know, kind of things like that. You got to say, watch out, watch out. He's just basically a giant helicopter with no guard on the blades. There's a couple of things to be concerned with this fight, and there's not a lot of overwhelming mechanics as far as unique abilities other than the primary abilities. One thing to keep in mind is that the guards, there's 3 guards. They're the ads that come with Battleguard Sartura, and they have an ability to knock you back, which is important to remember about this area over here. You don't want to get knocked into those bugs because they will pull into the room then. Battleguard will actually, he'll patrol the room, and I'm not going to draw in here because I'm going to use some positioning. Then he'll patrol the room a bit, kind of like this weird oblong circle shape. And your raid team's going to be entering from over here, by the way. So what you want to do is you're going to enter the room, and he has a huge aggro range. So it's important to have your tanks, and if your alliance, maybe paladins, go first so they can either bubble or just kind of like, you know, similar to Major Domo type thing. You don't want somebody to get clapped by just drawing all these mobs or all these ads onto themselves right away. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to wait until I'm going to make him a little bit bigger, and he's going to be the BS. And then you're going to have the BGs, the Battle Guards, or whatever they are. I don't have all the names, but I know what they do. Okay, so you're going to have him, and you're going to have these ads, and they kind of have like this little rotating pattern. You wait until he's on the farthest side of the room before you enter, right? The reason being is when you enter, your tanks are going to move up, and as they aggro, you're going to move up, and he's going to move toward the tanks. It's just going to face pull as you get there. What you want to do if you're a caster or a healer, you're going to be coming around this way, like, right? You're going to be trying to build this kind of circle, if you will, around the room. And again, so you're going to make that pull, and as a caster, a ranged damage dealer, you're going to be heading, you know, around either side, like that. You're going to just kind of be splitting around, so that way if they go one way or another, they're not just, like, you know, if the whole group comes right at the center, they're just going to get mowed down. The idea is to spread it out, so if he does go one way, does run over a few people, it's less people, and you're now kind of in this position where you can move back and forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to move everybody. We're going to move everybody. So you made the pull. That's going to be your pull. And this is where I encourage a large amount of damage to go out quickly. Okay? So you're going to have, in a perfect world, your MT, and then you're going to have Battleguard Sartura, and then you're going to have these 3 ads. So you're going to have off tank, and then you're going to have the ad, what are they called? Royal Guards? I think that's what they are. They're guards. They're some kind of guards. We're going to make them a G. We're going to just say guards. How's that? We'll make them a G. We'll say guards. So you have this one, and then you're going to have this off tank, and he's going to be on a guard. And then you're going to have another off tank. He's going to be on a guard. All right. A lot of times what I would do is mark this one with a little skull, That's going to be our skull. And that's going to be your first kill target. You're going to go in, you're going to have them pre-marked, and it's going to be very important that your rogues get big stuns on there as quick as they can. You're going to be going for those kidney shots, 5 points if you can, or depending on how quickly it's dying. Somebody may want to work out with your class lead. Say, okay, well, I'm going to get 2 combo points, and I'm just going to blap it, and that'll give you enough time to build up 5, and then do a 5 point, and then you'll have the next guy assigned. Okay, he's going to get 5 points, and then he'll go. So you're going to stun. You're going to stun him. That way, they're not spinning, doing the lawnmower man maneuver, and chopping your head off. That's a bad thing. So this guy right here, he should die within like less than 10 seconds. I mean, the fight starts and it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5. I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds. So you're gonna have 5 to 10 seconds dead, right? He's dead. And now what you've done is you've got only 3 targets left to concern yourself with. Now they're not easily tankable because they will periodically drop aggro and they'll just chase other players, right? So now, mind you, again, this is not proportionate, but you're gonna have, you know, healer, caster, healer, caster, caster, you know, healer, caster, and you're going to be spread out around the room like that, and the tanks will be in the middle-ish, right? Ish. So what happens is after you kill the first guard here in the first 5 to 10 seconds, right, you have your next one, which is marked X. Okay, this guy's X. That's your... there's too many circles. I like the circle. It's like a circle. Doesn't end. So this guy's your X target with your raid markers. Now, what I would suggest is you're going to have the first off tank, which will probably be your number 2 tank. So, like, this will be your main tank, then your number 2 tank will be on the skull. Then your number 2 tank, off tank, he will come over and assist with Battleguard, because Battleguard is, you don't really tank him per se, but you can taunt him and kind of like drag him a little bit, a mocking blow and hold him a little bit, challenging shout and hold him a little bit. And that's the same thing too. It's important for these off tanks to taunt, mocking blow, challenging shout, to hold them in place as long as possible, right? So the first one should die quickly, then he's going to come help the main tank keep Battleguard Sartura under control. This will probably be your number 3 tank. He is going to hold this guy down. All the melee are gonna jump over here as best they can and try to knock this guy out with those stuns and keeping him under control. After this one dies, right, that's going to be a little bit longer. You're maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds into the fight. This off tank is going to come over here to the box, and he's going to help kill the last. He's going to help tank the last guard. So what you've done is you've gotten 1 down, 2 tanks on 1, 1 down, 2 tanks on 1. This 4th tank is likely a DPS tank. Like, he's a DPS warrior using a shield to do this. Okay. After this guy is down, what I would suggest is that 3rd off tank, he can go DPS, and then you've got 3 tanks on the boss. All right. Now, it sounds simpler than it may be, but what happens is Battleguard and all the other guards are just helicoptering around the room. They're just spinning, you know, in kind of these random rotations. Like, they'll drop the aggro on the tank, and they'll chase somebody for a few seconds, and then the tank tries to get it back. He may not have taunt, or it may resist, or any number of other situations. He may go into the whirlwind mode. When he's whirlwinding, he's not tankable. It's literally just run away from him. It's run away, you know, just get as far away as you can. It doesn't matter what you are. If you're healing, if you're casting, if you're damage dealer, stop casting and run. Just run. That's all there is to it. You just run away from him. And it's one of those things too, when you're running, say he was spinning this way, you know, he's going this direction, this direction. What I would do if I was over here and say I'm a caster caster right there, and he's coming toward me, I'm going to run this way, trying to avoid him. If I run straight this way, I've now put myself out of range of this healer, this healer, this healer. The only one that's going to be able to get me is maybe a guy on this side or somebody happens to be close, but they're probably running too. So that's where, sometimes that may be your only option, but especially early on when there's like other battle guard or the guards are spinning around here too. It's a lot of on your toes movement type deal. But that way you're moving away, but you're also staying within, range of your other healers. Now, this is, again, not proportionate. I would not suggest, we'll go to the side here for a little sidebar. So if this is, healer, caster, and he's chasing you, I believe you guys can see this, and he's chasing you, don't run right into these people. Like, that's stupid. You're going to just get them, you're essentially dragging a lawnmower or over their face. So you're going to want to run wider than that if he's chasing you. He may cut the corner, but you can't always do it. I just say just don't run right into them. Try to avoid other people, so you're essentially, he's chasing you, you're pulling him away from others, but don't go so far that you end up in a bad position. And this is where a lot of situational awareness comes in. These are one of the reasons why back in the day people struggled more with AQ, because you didn't have as much individual accountability. You weren't as accountable for much. You can hide or blend in an MC and BWL if you're not able to follow the mechanics or understand exactly what's going on. But having individual responsibilities here, it starts to show who does and doesn't know what's going on. But again, it's about staying alive and avoiding getting hit, right? So there is a whole lot of jumping around as this happens. Now, you'll likely have your boss timers and stuff on, big wigs, or what's the other one? Anyway, one of your boss alert add-ons, you'll have one of those on, and what'll happen is you'll see a bar that says whirlwind, 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 and he'll just be just chasing people, whirlwinding around. And then another one will pop up where there's about a 10-second window or 8-second window where he is stunnable because he is not whirlwinding. Right now, when he's not whirlwinding, that's when it's important to have those 5 combo points to do that kidney shot, and then have another person. So it'll be, who's got it? Who's got the stun? Who's got the stun? And they'll say, rogue number 1 speaks up and says, I got 5. I got it. That rogue will then do the kidney shot and say, who's got next? And the next person that's got 5, they speak up. So it'll be, they know, you're watching the debuffs and you see the debuff is up there, and you'll see it start ticking down. When it gets close, that next rogue, when it's down about 1-2 seconds, the next rogue, he needs to hit that kidney shot, because you're going to be able to stun Battleguard for an extended period of time by linking those stuns. Now, mind you, Concussion Blow works. Hammer of Justice works for Paladins. Intercept will work, but it's not a good one to use because it adds to the diminishing return on the stuns. And then you have Kidney Shot, which I believe it only shares the diminishing return with itself. But that's, again, one of those things you got to look at depending on your composition, how you're going to do it. Sometimes getting 1 intercept off just to stop him, because it stuns him and he stops moving, and then it allows a rogue to catch up and get that kidney shot on there, and then you can link 2 or 3 of those. And that is when you just boom, 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 hammer him as hard as you can when he's stunned. And then once that whirlwind timer goes off and he starts whirlwinding, everyone spread out. Tanks, off tanks included. You're not going to be able to tank him. He's just going to be running around like a maniac chasing people. And, I mean, you may be able to get like a mocking or something right before it happens, or a taunt. He might stay on you for a few seconds, but the reality of it is he's just going to bust loose and start chasing people again. And essentially when that happens, let me draw up a little bit different here. It's going to be this same kind of situation you had with the Prophet, right? Where if you're standing here and you're this caster, you're going to be, if it moves that way, If Battleguard goes that way, you're going to move that way. If he comes towards you, you're going to go this way. If he goes that way, you're going to move that way. So essentially what you're going to have is you're going to have this giant circle of people here that are kind of like, they're moving according to where the boss is going. So you're going to circle around the room there. I mean, again, you want to watch your positioning over here. You don't want to aggro these guys. You don't want to get knocked that way, so maybe leaving a gap. And this room is huge, huge. There's a lot of space. So you're going to have this whole group that's kind of bobbing and weaving up and down, back and forth, stretching the circle based on where Battleguard Sartura is going, right? So knock out the first guard as quick as you can. Have that off tank come to the main tank. Knock out the second guard as quick as you can. Have that tank help the fourth tank. Knock that one out. Everybody focuses on Battleguard. The other thing to remember too is you can dot. You can dot them all up. Dot them up. If you're a warlock, dot them up. If you're another, you dot them up. It's helpful. Get down to him. When he gets to 20%, he enrages. He starts doing a lot more damage. And that's where, again, lips are very big, and making sure you just run. Like, just, if he's chasing you, just run. Just get away. Don't worry about your damage. Worry about staying alive. Staying alive is what's going to get it done. And that's really all there is to it. It's just the biggest thing is like the pull, getting that first one down, and then just back and forth with the whole group as you go through.